I think I'll poop in the woods, where there's nobody around to bother me. There's a nice bush to poop behind.
Bunker Bear, on November 9, 2011, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, our morons in Washington will seize control of communications from radio, television, cable, satellite, and wireline broadcast video providers. This has never been done before. They say it is a first step in their plans to be able to seize control of all communications. What do you think of this?
I don't suppose this could wait. I'm pooping now.
It's very important.
Well, the First Amendment says that Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or the press. Seizing control of our communications is unconstitutional.
But this is being done by a 2006 executive order from President Bush. He said that the president must be able to communicate with the American people.
The Constitution does not say that presidents are dictators who can do whatever they want. No emergency requires violation of our Bill of Rights. Why would the human beings let presidents get away with this? Have the news media ever denied any president access to communications in an emergency?
I do not think so.
When terrorists attacked us on September 11, 2001, local television had a report within 2 minutes of when the first airliner hit the World Trade Center. National television had a report within 2 more minutes. President Bush was on camera when he was informed the second tower had been hit. 25 minutes later he made his first television statement, and did not tell us as much as the news media had already reported. He did not ask to address the nation again until almost 12 hours after the first plane hit. There was no need to seize control of communications. This is an unnecessary power grab.
Yes. The president already has excellent access to the media. Whenever there is a crisis, we have immediate, 24/7 news coverage. The only limit our morons in Washington have in communicating with the public is what they want to say, and when they want to say it.
We do get very complete reporting and analysis from multiple sources and points of view. And they report what our morons in Washington do not want us to hear.
Has anyone noticed that I'm pooping here?
Do you think our morons in Washington would abuse this power?
Grabbing this power is already an abuse. And haven't our morons in Washington already tried to exclude Fox News and the San Francisco Chronicle in retaliation for criticism? Haven't these morons tried to evade the Freedom of Information Act? Aren't they now trying to give themselves a license to lie to us?
In an emergency, do we want to hear only what our morons in Washington want us to hear?
Are there any more bears to come and watch me poop?
And these same morons have been using every crisis, every opportunity, to take more power away from us. Taking over banks, companies, the healthcare system, and stealing from us with inflation.
They choose which laws they want to enforce. They set limits on their borrowing and spending, and then give themselves waivers from those limits.
They declare that the power of the federal government is unlimited. And we now have a president who is looking for ways around what limits Congress does set.
Do you think there is any harm in what these morons are doing?
Yes. They are setting up a way that they themselves or other miscreants can seize control of our communications.
But if our morons in Washington were that stupid, they might let the Chinese steal our nuclear secrets from Los Alamos.
If they were that stupid, they might ignore warnings and let airline hijackers train in the United States.
They might invade another country based on bad intelligence.
They might lower lending standards and interest rates and create a huge housing bubble and not even realize what they had done.
They might let a few morons at the Federal Reserve destroy the value of our money.
They might encourage Americans to sell guns to violent Mexican drug dealers.
They might borrow and spend us into a debt crisis.
They might try to use deficit spending to cure the debt caused by deficit spending.
They might beg for more money to waste and depress our economy with excessive regulations.
Actually, they have done all these things. They are pretty stupid.
But Bunker Bear, do you really think our morons in Washington are stupid enough to set up a communications seizure system that they, or other miscreants, could abuse?
Does a bear poop in the woods? Now why don't you bears go to my place and put on the DVD of the 1964 movie, 7 Days in May? The plot involves an attempt to seize control of communications. I'll be along in a minute. I think there may be some donuts in the kitchen. Why didn't I think of that before?